All right, we about to take a look at this. Did 50 Cent just expose Papoose for not having any hit records, pretty much belittling in his career, okay? We're going to walk through this. We're going to pull up some history. I got some stuff to show y'all. Do not miss the end of this video. There's a very, very important message that I got to get off. If you don't have this type of mind state of what I'm going to say at the end, you really, really could be missing out, okay? So, first and foremost, I see this going around a whole bunch of media platforms right now. This is what? Another clap back by 50 Cent. It says the secret formula, how to never blow up. One rap career plus 25 years plus 0 hits. And then he puts equals Papoose. Look, still rapping, 25 years, still waiting, 0 hits, still result Papoose. It's a shot. It's a big shot, right? Papoose, of course, dropped his freestyle. We'll check it out for a hot second. Again, why not? For those that didn't see it yet. But this is the responses. He's already claimed that he's not going to rap against Papoose, but this is the narrative that he's creating. Like, rap with you. I mean, I could see him being consistent at least, right? If he won't do a versus with T.I., then why is he going to get in the booth to respond to Papoose? He wouldn't even respond to Fab, right? And Fab is a more commercially successful rapper than Papoose, right? So I get it. This is a shot. You know, it's going to make a lot of people laugh, and it puts 50 in that tyrant, king of the hill type of look. But we got to walk a little bit more towards that, okay? So when we talk about lyricism, let's make our first stop there. And let's go back to Papoose's shot that he took at 50 Cent. Has Pap always been incredible on the mic? Of course. But that's not what 50's talking about. He's talking about making songs and still waiting after 25 years and implying that he got nowhere. Wait with me, y'all. We're gonna get to some of that. But this is the caption when 50 Cent put up early on his IG. Look, I'm sorry. No response to a retarded ass rapper who can't write a hit to save their lives. Moving right along. Short but shorty. LOL. So this is the response after Pap dropped his freestyle.
Yo.
To many men. Classic.
Yo.
Classic song. Classic album.
Yo. Fuck Curtis Jack, that's what came to mind soon as I heard the track. Ball spitting lyrical, condescending to murder rap. Heard they shot his ass with a Nina. He deserved a Mac. About to turn the heat up, I got my hand on a thermostat. Ugly ass G-Unit sneakers. Had the shirt to match, cause after Get Rich or Die Trying, yeah, every verse was whack. Mad cause Diddy hit your chick. You a jerk for that. Diddy clap them cheeks so loud, the neighbors heard the slap. That's why you made that documentary, you was hurt from that. I heard she fucked all 5 guys and they bring a burger back. Spoke to some conspiracy theorists, they said the earth is flat. They also said you work for Illuminati. Nervous rat. What would make this chump think that he could spit a verse with Pap? Somebody better pray for this nigga. Where the church is at? If it wasn't for M, you'll be looking for a purse to snatch. Bought your girl a wig, then you told her to return it back. 50, you a petty son of a bitch. Bernie Mac killing this nigga. Softly, Lauren Hill, Roberta Flack. Never. Yo.
Even though we're gonna cover a bunch of Pap's career, I do want to do a little reaction to that freestyle. So I will say, there's a couple punches in there, there's a couple bars in there. Like, all right, he got you there, Fifth. Overall, is it like the craziest freestyle ever? No, like Pap is way, way more lyrically inclined and can do way, way better than that. That just sounds like some little quick shit he thought about while he's driving, wherever the fuck he was going in that video. That wouldn't prompt a oh my God, I got to run to the booth for me either if I was 50. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it 100 there. And Pap, everybody, this goes for everybody. I really, really hate when we take the opportunities to point out key moments in somebody's path to act like that wasn't the result of your work or being in the right place at the right time, or this doesn't have a similar story for everybody. Like, this is me being overcritical, but fuck it. This is the sorriest true side of things. When Pat says if it wasn't for M. So, like that's no different than somebody saying if it wasn't for Slay. When Pap is outside of that building, when Slay's going in and out of work and Pap is outside trying to get Slay's attention and hand him his mixtapes. Your hustle is your hustle. Your path is your path. How you got on is how you got on. Not to mention, isn't it said that Eminem hit 50 Cent and said, I need the biggest thing to come from Shady Records, and that is you? That XXL Classic magazine is just like, it's a moment in hip hop. It's Dr. Dre and Eminem and the prodigy 50 Cent. So come on, Pat. Come on. Sorry, it's true type shit. Come on. But He's got another one in there, for example, like heard something about you took Shorty wig or whatever. Didn't one of his exes come out recently and said they broke up because he was cheap and she asked for like $10,000 and he said, "All right, I'm out, deuces." So there's a lot of dirt out there to use on 50 Cent, but I'm gonna call a spade a spade. I'm gonna try to call it down the middle. But all right, let's move on now to Pap's career. All right, because hey, when y'all get into these back and forths, it makes us look at things that we weren't paying attention to before. Okay, Papoose, what do y'all think about his career overall as a rapper? I don't consider him anything other than an industry rapper, right? He has had success in the industry, to y'all know. We've seen him at award shows. We've seen him on big features. I used to say to some of my peoples, like when I would like have conversations about the underground scene or the mixtape scene or just hot rappers, period. I used to say that nobody has worked with more people, more legends, more hot artists than Papoose. I used to say that. I really used to argue that. You know what I'm saying? But I asked AI, what are Papoos's biggest songs since 50 says he can't make a song to save his life? And I ain't gonna lie, for the number one to come up, and Google does the same. You know what I'm saying? ChatGPT and Google both give you alphabetical slaughter. That's not no commercial hit. It's like one of those lyrical exercises that displays a lot of skill of this guy going from A all the way to Z. And I think he also did a reverse too, right? Z all the way back to A. And for him to do no filler words in between to actually link the letter that he's on and the words that he's using, high degree of difficulty, right? But nobody wants to hear that shit in the club. Nobody. I mean, it was more so like, oh wow, he did that. That's crazy. So we respect it at a hip hop level. 50's trying to go after commercial success, as he should. That's his angle up there, okay? That's why he probably avoided Fab in the booth too. Like all this bar for bar shit that y'all doing with my 50-year-old ass right now, pun intended. No, sir. I'm gonna stay away from all that shit. I'm cool. I'm gonna wait until the Power theme song. I'm gonna do some shit with Max B. Because he's a fucking song creator. He's not the super lyrical guy, 50 Cent, even though he's got some lyrically inclined songs. All right, I'm not saying that he can't get busy bar for bar. Right now, I don't know. He might be past his prime. But it got Alphabetical Slaughter is number one. Number two got Alphabetical Slaughter Part 2. You got Get At Me, number 3. I don't remember what that is. It got Bang It Out featuring Snoop Dogg. I don't remember what that is. On Top of My Game with Busta Rhymes is number 5. I think I remember what that is. That's the top 5. That's the top 5 from ChatGPT. All right. Then I asked, let me bring this up with y'all so y'all can see it along with me. Why not? Then I asked, did the rapper Papoose ever sign a record deal? Now, I knew the answer to that, but I wanted to see what AI was spitting out current day. It says, yes, Papoose did sign a major record label deal during his career. Major record label deal in 2006. Papoose signed a $1.5 million deal with Jive Records. At the time, he was one of the hottest mixtape rappers in New York, especially after the buzz from songs like Alphabetical Slaughter. So whether that was a commercial type of bop or not, it helped him land a $1.5 million deal. The plan was for him to release his debut album, Nasarima Dream. We all remember all that buzz around that time about that, right? And it not coming out. Nasarima Dream on Jive. What happened to the deal? The album kept getting delayed because of label issues, often described as A&R hell. In 2007, Papoose and his team were released from the Jive contract before the album ever came out. Interestingly, he has said he kept the 1.5 million in advance, even though the album was never released by the label. I think I remember him doing DVDs saying that shit too, or interviews saying that shit around the time too. I mean, you want to pay me not to release the music and let me out my deal? 1.5, I'll take it. A lot of people will. A lot of people don't see $1 million in a whole lifetime, let alone in that moment. After the deal, once again, I know this is peanuts to the 50 cents of the world, but wait, I'm going to do that comparison. Do not miss the end, people, please. After the deal, he went back to independent releases and mixtapes for years. His debut album, Nasarima Dream, eventually came out independently in 2013 through distribution rather than a major label. Short answer, yes, Papoose signed a deal, etc., etc., etc. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I can't tell you anything off of the Nasarima Dream. By then, I think Papoose's draw musically, he was outside of his prime appeal when the whole world was stopping for Papoose. We've seen some rappers come along. I'm not talking about getting to the commercial, overly commercial side. I'm just talking about when everybody's talking about somebody in particular. Like that guy right there could be next or is next. And he had that. You know what I mean? So fast forward, it said 2007 all the way to 2013. By then, the wave is already, and Nasreem, I can't tell you anything on it. You know, I probably wasn't really following his music career at that point anymore like that. You know what I'm saying? And he just comes across here and there, maybe a feature, maybe a song you hear about Pap. All right, that's what's up. That's cool. Um, what else? What else? What else? What else? What else? The freestyles, I think he used to continue to keep himself relevant. The freestyles in the car, you know, like that's really what you start to hear mostly. So me personally, now when I say, see, I can't backtrack on my history because once again, that's fake. You know, I done had a lot of debates over Papoose'S talent when I was younger, when I was a kid, mixtape, DVD era days. And y'all know me on this channel. Y'all know I own a whole library of DVDs and CDs and albums and singles and mixtapes and all types of shit. Y'all know me at this point, right? So before I started recording this, I went and grabbed a whole handful of jewel cases, slim jewel cases of Pap. So I can't say I wasn't there. I can't say I wasn't attached to his movement or his music. I can't say that. And I'm a New Yorker. So that's the mecca of hip hop. He had it. He had it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I talk about the amount of people that he's worked with, this grabbing this was the only way to give myself like a fast reminder. I don't know if AI could have did it for me. If I would have been like, yo, AI, tell me 50 big artists or features that he worked with. So you gotta consider him an industry rapper, 100%. What's this one? This was the Art of War. If I remember, that had like a red case or a red cover. This was the first K Slay one. Beast from the East. Okay. Now I just want to look at the insides of some of these real quick and just see if I could find quick features. All right, this one got Cannabis on it. It's got Razor on it. Sauce Money. I hope y'all know who Sauce Money is. This one got Jay Mills on it. Gravy on it. Okay, aka Notorious Big. Rest in peace. Not the Gravy. He's alive. I was talking about the actual Big. Okay. Okay. Y'all know that Jay-Z is like a big or was a big co-signer of Sauce Money, no? Right? Y'all know who Sauce Money is? This one is my shit. Election Day. I'm not going to go through every single one of these people. I just want to catch some of these features once again. Lord Tariq, Fat Joe, Jada Kiss and Styles, Jay Mills again, Prodigy, Graf, J.R. Ryder, McGruff, Rem, Slim Thug, Jim Jones, Cameron. So by this second mixtape with Kate, now of course you got some of the influence of K Slay as well. He's already working with some of the biggest names out. Thug Occasion, remember Thug Occasion? Okay, all right. Did that say G Dep? I don't think that says G Dep. Hold on. Remember this one, The Underground King? Underground King. Let me see the features real quick. J Mills, Gravy, and Thug Occasion. Not too heavy on this one. Not Charades. Not commercial. But if you were there, if you were in hip hop, entrenched in it during this time, Charades was a big talked about song. No? Okay. All right. It's relevant to the cover of this, y'all. If y'all remember. Who's some of the features on here? K Slay. Oh, this shit is blurry as shit. You got R. Kelly. Talk about big names. Mike Jones is on here. He's got some names. Mixtape Murder. I say some of the illest shit y'all heard of. They better off going to grab they burner. This is Mixtape Murder. Tony Yayo. Rem is on here. Who else? Greenland Alchemist. Timbaland. C Murder. Thugication again, Alchemist. There's a lot of. I feel like he got songs with Nas, obviously Busta Rhymes, Chameleonaire. There's a lot of people that this guy worked with, man. Unfinished business. It's a lot. It's a lot. The menace shit. I don't gotta go through all of them. It's really, really a ton of music that this guy. Now, if you come a little bit more current, on speaking of people, right? Since this guy has the throne right now, look at this. I didn't even remember this one. I didn't even remember him doing a joint with Kendrick Lamar. To be honest, I ain't gonna play it. I don't know, but it looks like Alphabetical Slaughter Part 2, 13 years ago. Well, at least that's the upload time. Remember, y'all can't go always on the time or the date on YouTube because YouTube started like what 2001 or whatever. So you got a lot of stuff that just got uploaded when YouTube became available. Okay, so it'd be older sometimes than even a date on these pages. And I think this is the most current joint that I remember where it was just like, okay, there he is making a lot of noise again. And it was this right here, the feature of Lil Wayne. Papoose'S verses featured Lil Wayne. What was the name of this? Thought I was gonna stop. 5.5 million. So the man's respect in the industry, the man's features, the man made 1.5 on a record deal. They say, it's like he's done a lot. He's done a lot, and I'm gonna pull up some of this King stuff too, since we hear about 50. This is what I want to say. This is for the people that think like 50 Cent, listen to 50 Cent, get influenced by the 50 Cents of the world, and then they run with it. Like people that don't have the ability to be independent thinkers. They're just easily influenced. 50 Cent, his career and what he did is once in a lifetime type of shit. Okay? 50 Cent, what he's saying to Papoose, he could say to almost every rapper. Think about how many rappers there are in the world, how many of them actually get on, how many of them actually have commercial success, how many of them actually land a major deal, get a $1 million+ advance, feature with some of the best to ever do it, the Nas's and the Jada Kisses and the Styles P's and the Kendricks and the... Think about how many rappers get to that level. So for Papoose to never have that big commercial success, yet have all those accolades, have all that respect, made all that money in the industry, still to this day has a relevant name, right? So, and it's been like 30 years of him on the scene. How many people can really do that? So once again, 50 Cent could take that shot at damn near anybody. Right. But if you jump into that and you just overlook the fact that it's a small percentage of people that even get the opportunities that Papoose has gotten. Okay. It's like that classic Beanie Siegel line. I'm not the captain of the yacht, but I'm on the boat. I spoke about this before. One thing that I hate when people do, I hate when people try to take from you if you're not number one. If you try to say who's number one and who's number two, 50 Cent or Papoose, it's not even supposed to be enough. The gap between those fucking two guys is enormous. Does that mean that a Papoose or somebody else with similar accolades and stature of a Papoose didn't do their thing, didn't make noise, didn't achieve success, didn't make money, didn't meet or cross big boundaries for himself? No. And that's a very, very closed-minded mentality that some of us have, and 50 Cent is using that narrative right now. I just see through it. I see through it. It's like, what you gonna do? You gonna walk up to somebody and say, you gonna walk up to me? I'll use me. Fuck it. You're gonna say, I don't have you as the number one battle rap league of all time, so you're trash. That's what I mean. It don't work like that. Not everybody could be Michael Jordan if he's your number one. Not everybody could be LeBron James if he's your number one. My favorite basketball player of all time doesn't have a ring. Allen Iverson. He doesn't have a ring. Is it a bad thing to be Allen Iverson? His career. He made it to the NBA, i.e. record deal. He made the millions of dollars. He has the legacy. He was the MVP at times, i.e. the hottest out. You see what I'm saying? Is it a bad thing to be Charles Barkley, have his career? Is it a horrible thing to have Reggie Miller's career? Like, I get it. It's fun when you listen to a 50 trying to rag on somebody, but the reality is the reality. Don't pull people's successes from them, especially if they've achieved things that's probably more than 90% of these people that say, I want to rap for a living. All right. But speaking of 50 Cent, you know, he's definitely got the ups on Pap in those regards. Cool. You know, Pap uses this time and this energy to put out a banger. He might as well because that's what King is doing. That's what T.I. sons are doing. They're using the moment. That's probably why Pap spun back around and dropped the freestyle. Use the moment. Why not? 50 Cent, like that's a real algorithm. Like he said, when 50 said, I'm the algorithm, that's an algorithm. Absolutely. Go ahead and write your songs against 50 Cent if you're into it with him and watch your engagement jump and then use it to your benefit. Why not? Fuck it. I'm not going to play this track, though. I think we already played it. And this is the theme song that he recently dropped. But look, this is 50 Cent's Twitter. So he put a picture to it now. I'm back on my dope boy grammar. Your daddy made your mama eat every box in Atlanta. Freak shit, peep shit, keep shit on the low, but everybody know. So for anybody that thought that was just like some random line or that he wasn't really shooting at T.I. and Tiny, well, once again, here is his verified Twitter, and he puts them in the picture with the captions of the lyrics. And he puts pictures of a cardboard box that niggas is eating. Yeah. Kind of crazy, B. And speaking of crazy though, he's not the only one, as we see. I ain't gonna play the song. I just want to show King's video a little bit, man. This is, like I said before, this is drill lane to me. This is absolutely drill lane. This is crossing the line, but you can't tell this man how to respond if he feel like his mother was being dragged around. So putting 50 Cent's mother on a whole wow. And I'm going to hold on for a second. I'm going to play this a little bit longer until he turns it around because there's more on the back of this shit. And we're going to play the clip of him promoting the sales of the shit, B. Like he's turned it into a small business. People do that, man. You got to capitalize. Even Baby. When Baby went up to the Breakfast Club and put some respect on my name, he turned around and sold the t-shirts, right? You got to capitalize on shit. But this is like the ultimate capitalize, though, as far as disrespect, though. Like, come on, man. Smoking a pack, putting 50's moms in a pack, and there it goes right there. Smoking on Miss Jackson on the back. Oh, man. And when I talk about promoting the sale of it, here it is right here.
As a real entrepreneur, real business, man, I personally is a little too busy to put in the orders for Miss Jackson. So on this Instagram that I tag, you can DM them. You can go to the story and go to the Telegram. And I got some people over there that's, you know what I'm saying, that'll take the orders and handle the orders. But yeah, man, serious only, man. You don't got to DM my page, man. Go DM Miss Jackson Candy Shop. So as a real entrepreneur, real business, man,
I mean, didn't T.I. said that he kind of felt like, that's it. Now we done when he saw the t-shirt. Well, your son has gone past the t-shirt. He's selling the packs now. T.I., get your son, B. And I'm not, once again, I'm not saying that T.I.'s son is in the wrong. I would never do this. I don't play with the dead. Now the smoking on or whatever. Leave that for drill rap in Chicago and everybody else that adopted it, Jacksonville and all this. Like, leave it for them. I don't do none of that type of shit. But I'm just saying, B, like, even though these guys should have the clear lane because their peoples was greatly disrespected, you still got to grab your son, man. I ain't trying to go old school corny level of, hey, two wrongs don't make a right. But Jesus Christ, like, we don't want to be doing this, because if he could do this to 50, he could do it to anybody, you know. And you want to try to teach people sometimes there's a better way to vent or handle things or react. I still think it's deadly territory, even though 50 Cent probably ain't trying to kill nobody behind this type of stuff. I just think that if somebody's walking around thinking that that's my way of reacting to disagreements or problems or even disrespect, you know. So once again, I don't want to over criticize and tell people how to react when their moms is getting disrespected, but damn, I don't know, man.